How's it going, everyone? As always, my name is Jimmy Champagne and this is Deck Ready, my channel all about the Steam Deck. In today's video, instead of talking about the latest Steam Deck news, I thought I'd do something a little different and run you through my everyday carry for the Steam Deck. I'm going to start out with my bags and cases, go all the way up to accessories that I need to bring when I go out of town, and yeah, you should get a pretty good idea of what extra stuff you should pick up if you've had a Steam Deck for a while or you finally just ordered one and are waiting for Valve to ship it to you. Thankfully, if you're not an old timer like us launch buyers, Valve has updated their shipping, so it comes a lot faster than it did back in the day. Like, I had to wait, I think like 2.5 weeks to get my Steam Deck once they shipped it back when I was living in LA, because they only ship them out of Coldstream, Illinois or something like that. But yeah, starting out, I'm gonna cover the bag I use. I'm a perpetual child, I guess, because I use a backpack. I've used this for work, I've taken it on trips, I've had it for around 3 years, and honestly, I hope it lasts the rest of my life because it's awesome. It's from Fossil. It's a leather backpack that has a nice little Robert Pattinson Batman logo on it. I try not to wear a lot of branded stuff, I say, as I'm wearing a Helldivers 2 t-shirt, but this is a little different because my wife made it for me and I love this game. Yeah, this is the thing that I put all of my like nerd cred stuff on. So I've got these like little Lego Mandalorian Grogu and Mandalorian keychains. I've got the Beskar Steel Lego edition keychain, and I love the little Batman logo on it. I also keep this watch always on here in case I ever need it. It's a solar powered field watch. I think it might have died, but nope, it's just an hour slow. So yeah, this watch is great. This backpack's awesome. It fits the Steam Deck and all the accessories that I need at any given time. I bought it from Fossil. Like I said, I think it was like 80 bucks on sale, and yeah, I hope it lasts me the rest of my life. But yeah, now let's talk about cases. You might be confused because the Steam Deck comes with a case, and if you got a Steam Deck OLED, the case is even better because some of them have the removable shell that's basically a slim case for the Steam Deck, and I use that all the time. But yeah, this video is sponsored by TomTalk. They sent over 3 of their cases that they wanted me to highlight, and I was a little bit worried about it because I was like, how do I talk about a case? But once I pulled them out of the box, I was like, oh, these are all like 3 very different cases that provide 3 very different use cases. I don't know why I said that, like it made me sound smart. Like that was just stupid. The first one I want to cover is this. It's the Fancy Case G38 from TomTalk. It retails for 30 bucks, which I think is fair, and it comes in 3 colors, gray, white, and black, so you're covered with any option you would want there. This case is tailor-made for people who don't have the newer Steam Deck OLED case that comes with the more premium models where you get that insert that can be taken out. It's a slim case for sure, but it also provides a lot of protection for your Steam Deck. It has some great rubberized coating on it, and I like that it has this little handle. And honestly, the thing I hate the most about the regular Steam Deck case is the fact that it has that like Velcro clip that blocks the zipper. I get why they did that because I ran into that problem before with my old Steam Deck case where I didn't know if it was zipped and my Steam Deck fell out of it, and unfortunately I broke the bumper. So that was a good upgrade in theory, but I feel like it just kind of gets in the way, and having this little nice zipper case with a tassel hanging off of the zipper, I feel like that is the perfect way to have a slim case like this. The next case they sent over is the Arccos G47 travel bag, which is great if you have a slimmer backpack or you're carrying around some of the other accessories I'm going to talk about later in this video that have a case like the DualSense Edge or a pair of Sony XM5s. If you're running out of space in your backpack and you need an extra spot to store your Steam Deck, your charger, your battery bank, your GAN power delivery device, or anything like that, this one's going to come in clutch because it has not only enough space for everything inside the zipper pocket, but also it has outside pockets as well. And finally, if you're someone who needs a little bit of extra protection on their Steam Deck but still wants a slim profile, they've got the Armor G12 case. I'm just going to be real. This one is made for me, the chronic dropper of the Steam Deck. The thing I love the most about it, outside of the fact that it's super protective, is the sound that the clip on it makes. It just feels so reinforced. Here, listen. Like, that's the unclip. And that's the clip. Like, you feel like your Steam Deck is absolutely locked in this thing when you close it up. It has enough space for the joystick, so they're not going to get pressed down by the actual case when you flip it closed, and it'll work with both the Steam Deck and the Steam Deck OLED. It even has protection, like little cutouts for the touchpad. So if you're looking for a slimmer case that's going to provide you with great protection for your Steam Deck, I don't think you could do much better than TomTalk's armored case. So yeah, all of those cases are going to be linked down in the description. Once again, huge shout out to TomTalk for sponsoring this video. All right, let's get into the next few things I always bring with me in my backpack when I go on a trip. Lately, I've been going to my college town, Holland, Michigan, and we've been visiting my wife's family a lot in Chicago. I'm going to Nashville for my birthday. I've been going to my college town a lot lately, which is 3 hours away. And the one thing that I always bring along is this. This was also a sponsor on the channel a while ago, but it's one of those products that like is just as good as they said it was back when they sponsored me. So it's from AOHi or AOHI. I don't really know how to say it. And basically what it is a 140 watt GAN charger. But the cool thing about it is it delivers 140 watts from both USB-C ports. So the reason I like bringing it along is because I can not only charge my Steam Deck, but I can also charge my iPad Pro 12.9 inch or my MacBook Air, which I use both of those to edit videos a lot when I'm on the go. And being able to just plug this thing in, pop in 2 of my 9-foot USB-C Thunderbolt cables and charge both of my devices at full power. I mean, you can't really beat a scenario like that. It's basically the best upgrade I've ever done for the Steam Deck. And the cool thing about it is it charges plenty of other devices. So it's not just limited to the Steam Deck. I haven't plugged in my Nintendo Switch or anything like that because honestly, I haven't been playing it that much. But for what I use it for, my MacBook Air, my 12.9 inch M2 iPad Pro, and the Steam Deck, it charges them extremely quickly and I can charge them at the same time. So it does exactly what it's advertised. And while it does heat up just a little bit when it's in use, like I just unplugged it 5 minutes ago and it's still a little warm, it doesn't heat up enough to like melt plastic or anything like that. So I feel like if you use it, throw it in your backpack, you're still going to be just fine. It is a little bit heavy though. I will say when you throw it in your backpack, you definitely feel that little bit of extra weight from it. But the next thing is even heavier. And that of course is my portable battery. This one's from Anker. It's generic. It's like the Anker Power Core or something. It has 24,000 milliamp hours. But the reason I picked it up is because it delivers 65 watts of power, which is what the Steam Deck and Steam Deck OLED need to fully charge fast when you're playing games. Like it won't sat battery if you're playing a game while it's charging. And once again, this thing is great for my MacBook Air and my iPad Pro as well. It's really hard to talk about a battery bank because like it's a battery that charges your stuff. But if you do buy one, I would recommend this one because I've had it for around a year and a half now and it's a little scratched up. I've kind of thrown it around in my backpack and it still works exactly the same as the day I bought it. I originally had the Anker Power Core 3, but my wife spilled a water bottle on it in her backpack and that completely fried it. So she replaced it with this one for me for my birthday a little bit after that. And yeah, it survived great. I can't recommend any other power bank than this. This of course is linked down in the description with an affiliate link like everything else in this video. So if you pick one of them up, I'll get a little bit of a kickback. But yeah, when I bought this thing, it was around $100 and now they only cost $50 on Amazon. So if you want to buy any accessory for your Steam Deck, especially if you have an LCD, I would highly recommend picking up one of these battery banks. If you have an LCD, I think this is a no-brainer purchase. I think you could maybe skip it if you have the Steam Deck OLED. I did a trip to Chicago with my wife that took around 5.5 to 6 hours when we were looking at our wedding venue, and I forgot this battery bank, and I was able to get the battery to last longer than that 6-hour trip just because I was playing Resident Evil 2 emulated. I didn't try any AAA games, but those of course sap the battery a little bit faster. The drive to Holland from Detroit, where my college is around 3 hours, and I've never really had much of an issue running the battery down on trips like that, playing stuff like Arkham Knight or Project Zomboid or I don't know, Elden Ring, games like that. They don't sap the battery life enough of the OLED to really require this. But the cool thing is, even though I don't use it all that much, like I honestly haven't used it in around 3 months, the battery life is still full from the last time I charged it, which is pretty cool. This next section might be a little bit long because it's earbuds for the Steam Deck and headphones. I have an addiction where I buy a lot of earbuds to try and find the perfect pair that'll work great with the Steam Deck, and I think I've narrowed it down pretty well. So the option that I think is bar none the best is these, the Pulse Explorer earbuds. They're newer from Sony. They're made for the PlayStation 5, but they come along with a PlayStation Link adapter. So if you have a USB-C to A cable, you can plug that into your Steam Deck's USB-C port, plug in the little dongle, and you'll get full latency-free audio from your Steam Deck, which is awesome. The only reason that I'm recommending these over the next one I'm going to talk about is because of the sound quality. Sony makes the best sounding headphones to me, bar none. I just picked up these, the WF-1000 Mark Vs. They sound the best, but unfortunately they don't have a gaming mode. They just use Bluetooth. So if you want the best sound quality, definitely recommend these, but you have to take into account the fact that you're using Bluetooth, so there's going to be latency. That doesn't bug some people as much as it bugs me. So when I listen to music, I use these. When I'm playing games, I use these. I use these on my gaming laptop, my PS5, and my Steam Deck all the time. The battery life in them is around 4 or 5 hours when you're gaming, and just having great audio quality with latency-free gaming, I think, is what makes them the best. But if you you want to use the USB-C port on your Steam Deck, like you're charging it all the time while you're playing it, I recommend these, the Razer Hammerhead Hyperspeeds. These are not the ones that come with the dongle, which is the biggest drawback of them, but they do have a gaming mode where you can like triple tap the right earbud, it'll put it into gaming mode, and that eliminates like 99.8% of the latency. Like I can definitely hear it if I really am paying attention, but the vast majority of the time they're fine. The sound quality is more than good. I'd say it's verging on great. The problem is they don't fit in my ears all that well. There's not a great seal, so I can kind of hear everything that's going on around me, even when I have the noise canceling or transparency mode off. But a lot of people swear by these headphones, and if you pick up the white PlayStation edition, they come along with a dongle that's much smaller than the PlayStation Link adapter, and it's USB-C. So you can plug that either into your Nintendo Switch, your PS5, or your Steam Deck's USB-C port, and it's very low profile. So if the high profile dongle that comes along with the Pulse Explorer bothers you, then I would say pick up these, the Razer Hammerhead Hyperspeeds. And finally, if you're someone who prefers an over-the-ear style headset, I recommend these, the Sony 1000X Mark Vs. They use Bluetooth, but they also have a wired mode, so you can use the 3.5mm jack on your Steam Deck, and you'll get by far the best sound quality out of these. You can also use them over Bluetooth. There's like very little latency, but it is there. They come along with a great carrying case. They come along with a 3.5mm adapter as well. So if you want an all-around good pair of over-ear headphones, I can't recommend these enough. They are a little bit expensive. I think they retail for around $350, but I bought them full price when they came out. The battery is still great. The active noise cancellation is awesome. The transparency mode works great. You just hold your hand on one of the cans, like on the side of it, and it'll open up the transparency mode. You use touch controls to kind of skip songs or increase volume, and that works great as well. I just don't love over-the-ear headphones because it kind of like flattens down my hair at the top, and when I'm filming, I don't like how that looks. But when I'm in bed or I'm on a plane or in a situation where I don't need to talk to the people around me, these are definitely my go-to. So if I had to rank these, I would say the PlayStation Pulse Explorers are my number one, just because they sound the best, they provide the least latency of all of them, and their cool charging case is big, so you never lose them. My second choice is these, the 1000X Mark Vs, because they're just great over-ear headphones. My third choice is the Razer Hammerheads, because while yes, they do come along with great latency-free Bluetooth gaming mode adaptability, or whatever you want to call it, they don't fit in my ears all that well, and overall they just feel a lot cheaper than all the alternatives. And my fourth use case is something like AirPods Pro 2 or like the 1000X Mark V earbud edition, mainly because those have the most latency. Like those would be my bottom of the barrel picks. The next thing I want to highlight in my everyday carry for the Steam Deck is a controller. There are a few games that just automatically play better with a controller. Wolfenstein: The New Order, I was using the gyro controls and I thought that was pretty good, but I did set up my Steam Deck on a stand and use my DualSense Edge to play, and that's really the best way to play FPS games in my opinion, or even some third-person games like Elden Ring. I jumped back into that because of the new expansion being announced and everything, and if you can get Mortal Kombat 1 running at 60 FPS at the lowest settings, it's just better with a controller, at least in my opinion, and the DualSense Edge is bar none my favorite controller. I use it with my PS5, I use it with my gaming PC, I use it with my Steam Deck. The battery life absolutely sucks, but on a PC, like when you're using it on a desktop or a laptop, you should just use the 9-foot USB cable, because unfortunately you don't get DualSense features like adaptive triggers or haptic feedback unless you're wired. On the Steam Deck, using Bluetooth, it works just fine, and it still remembers my PlayStation 5 after I use it on the Steam Deck, so it is all around my favorite controller. It comes with a great carrying case. It comes with a great carrying case and a locking mechanism for the USB cable that allows you to charge it through the case, which is cool. I don't really ever bring the case because it takes up way too much room in my bag, but for $200, I don't think you could do much better with a Pro controller. And then finally, the last thing I always bring along is a stand for my Steam Deck. For a while, I was using the official Valve dock, but something they did in the 3.6 SteamOS update just totally broke that thing. I was using it for a long time as the USB-C hub at my desk. I ended up upgrading to the Razer USB-C hub, and the official Valve dock is just sitting in my tool cabinet over there. I don't really use it, so I switched to this little stand because it has dual purpose for me. It of course has the ability to stand up a Steam Deck, which is awesome, but you can also turn it backwards and use it to elevate your gaming laptop if you're someone like me who uses a gaming laptop, so the airflow is a little bit better that way. It's $5. It's really easy to recommend because it's so cheap and it does exactly what it's advertised to do. It's got a nice little rubberized bottom, so it's not going to scratch up your deck, and it works great with the LCD or OLED. So yeah, that about covers it for my everyday carry with the Steam Deck. I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't normally do non-news videos here on the channel, but if you want to see more videos like this, please let me know down in the comments. Once again, huge shout out to TomTalk for sponsoring this video as always. games. And yeah, my name is Jimmy Champagne. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and all that, and shape on.